So the next day comes, and I go out during the day onto the trail, but I never walked down the path that I was directed to the night before in darkness. So it's like no shortcuts, no cheating. I was out and I walked another path and just thought about how the ancestors were running away and their people chasing them, dogs after them. And how Harriet Tubman, not only did she help many people escape, she went back and forth multiple times. So you're escaping to freedom through this dark forest, through the woods for hundreds, thousands of miles, probably more so hundreds, but for so much distance. And then to go back into the darkness and into the unknown. And get another group and go back into the unknown to get to freedom. And Harriet Tubman would go into these sleeping spells. She would faint from her head injury, but while she was asleep, she would get direction and guidance from spirit on what to do and where to go. And I was thinking how I can imagine everybody freaking out, like, she sleep and they're closing in on us. Where do we go? What do we do? But Harriet's connection with spirit and that trust to listen and follow, and again, just I was in awe and amazement of the entire process of going into the unknown and escaping what may have been familiar, just to experience true freedom. Our ancestors are so powerful. They're so powerful and so beautiful and so amazing. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So the evening comes and I'm at dinner. I get butterflies every time I think about having to go out on the trail. And that day, I came across signs, pretty much warnings for rattlesnakes being out on the trail, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta go back out there. I can't see. I know it's gonna be dark. I know I can't wear my glasses. But I had to continue. And I thought about how even the ancestors, they had to go through the day usual, and knowing that night, once it was dark, it was time to run. It was time to go. And so I'm connecting with them and feeling that fear and that anxiety, and also knowing that I'm gonna do it. So I go back out. I actually left my glasses in my room. I didn't even take them with me, which was spirit, because if it was up to me, I was going to keep them in my pocket, and if it got too bad, I was going to take my glasses out and help myself on the trail. But spirit told me to leave them in the room, and so I did. And I got outside and I looked up, and the stars seemed a little clearer that night. And I walked towards the trail and prepared to go on it. And I hit a stump. I hit the curb. And I backed up, and I walked over and tried to get back on the trail, or get on the trail, and I hit another stump. And I'm like, God, you gotta be kidding me. I can't even get on the trail. And I'm feeling all the fear, all the emotions. And I took a breath, and Spirit said to feel for it. So I took my foot and started to tap, toe tap around the ground, on the ground, feeling for the trail that is made up of leaves and wood chips. So I finally get on the trail, and I walk down the steps again, and I stop. And fear is having his way in that moment. I can't move. I don't want to move. I don't want to go. And I heard Spirit say, I'm going to send help. And so I stood there, catching my breath and calming myself down. And then I saw a light flash behind me. And I looked up, and there was another retreatant that had a lamp and was walking down the trail towards me. So I stepped to the side and let them walk past, and stepped behind them so I could use some of their light and their presence to help get me going. They were walking so fast though, and and then they took another path, so then it was me on the path that was mine, directed for me, set aside for me to follow. I had to go down my own path. So I walk back towards where the tree was, and I took a moment to thank it for its presence and its safety and security. And I continued walking. And I had to walk really tiptoeing because there was a decline on the trail. And where this decline was, it seemed to be the most darkest part of the trail. Pitch black. And I am creeping every step slow, really feeling to make sure that I'm on the right path, that I'm on the trail. And once I got down to the bottom of that hill, the light from the other property was shining intermittently on the rest of the trail. So it's like once I got through the complete darkness, there was more light, and I was able to see a little better. So I walked with confidence then, and I got to the fence, and there just felt pure joy and freedom and empowerment. And I felt like I could continue going on even more of the trail because I made it and I was free. I didn't. I stopped. I got off the trail, but I really embraced that feeling of freedom. And I thanked Spirit and my ancestors for their guidance in helping me get through the darkness and through the unknown.